Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Darius from artistshortcut.com, and today I want to talk to you about thinking like an entrepreneur instead of thinking just like a rapper. So the problem is that a lot of artists, like, they focus on just the musical side of things and they don't focus on like everything else that matters to becoming or for becoming a successful hip hop artist. Like, they focus so much on going to the studio and writing a new track or getting beats that they forget that there's a whole nother world out there, the world that you're going to use to monetize and you're going to use to actually create a career out of this. And I think like a lot of artists nowadays, especially, they think that everything else should be given to them if their skill is up to par with it. And that's it's just not true, man. Like, there's nobody that's going to come down and like hear your music and swoop you up and make you this successful person or make you rich or anything like that. So what I think you should be doing if you're an upcoming artist and you're trying to become successful, one, you should be reading books, and not books like the history or Moby Dick or anything like that. Like, books that actually correlate to real life success for like a musician. So I would say books that involve like people, like learning people or learning how to communicate, things like sales, because at the end of the day, like, you're still selling yourself regardless if you know that or not. I would for artists, I would learn about copywriting, because copywriting is your way of selling with words. But not only will it help you sell like your brand and stuff online, but when you're actually writing songs like that, by having that skill of copywriting, like, you can translate that verbally into your songs, which will make them most likely sound better. I think that not enough artists are using Google, and I know that sounds so cliche, but everything you want to know is on Google. So if I was an artist today, I would look up how to become a rapper. I would read almost every page on Google, spend like an hour or two just reading all of the information there, and then you'll start to see like similarities. You'll start to see like people saying the same thing over and over again. So they may not use the exact same wording or anything like that, but they'll say the same thing over and over again, and you'll start to notice that. And then anything you don't know when you're reading, just research that, type that into Google. So if they're talking about, if you want to become a successful artist, you can do things like licensing. And if you're like, well, what the hell is licensing? Then you open up a new tab in Google. What is licensing for musicians? And then you read about that, and then you're going to see similarities. You're going to see a lot of things like in common. So then you can just keep going down that path, and then you might see something else you don't understand or another word you don't know. And like, I think a lot of artists should be utilizing that, but they're not. I think like not enough people are using their network either. It could be because a lot of artists, especially upcoming artists, don't take the time to build a network. But like, people that do things successful, regardless if they're like a construction worker or they own their own like small business or whatever, like, you should be like asking them for advice on not necessarily your music or asking them for feedback for your music or anything like that. You should be asking them like, how do you handle these type of people, or how do you network? Like, learn these different aspects from different industries and then just apply them to music. And that's what entrepreneurs do. We just take things from other industries. We take what works. We see how we can apply it to a new industry or a new niche, and then we just test and we try to just learn that. Thinking like an entrepreneur, man, I think a lot of artists are scared to fail. So I think that because they're so scared to fail, they end up doing what everybody else do, because if they fail that way, everybody else is failing as well. So you kind of fit in and you feel normal. But I think that like that correlates to why a lot of the music in today's like hip hop scene sounds alike. I think that like a lot of artists, they just don't want to go out here and just grind. Like, if you're sitting at home, and this will be like one of the major takeaways from this video, if you're sitting at home right now and you want to become an artist, but you don't have a big budget, you really don't know what to do or anything like that, and you're making music, you go to the studio, you make a song, and then you end up releasing it on like a SoundCloud or something, and you might make a couple tweets, Facebook posts, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. This is what I want you to do. Google or go on Twitter and look for every hip hop kind of like personality or influencer or whatever in your city, and then I want you to basically stalk them. And not stalk them as in like contact them and follow them home or whatnot, but see what they're doing, see where they're going, what events are they throwing, what events are they endorsing, who are they endorsing. And I want you to go to every event in your city, and even the surrounding cities if you can, every single event. Because what happens is you start to see, just like on Google, you'll see like the same stuff over and over again. You'll start to see a lot of similarities. When you go to these events, you're going to see a lot of the same people. Because although like the scene in your local area may seem big, there's actually a small amount of people that are actually doing something or that are actually putting in the work. So if you go to every single event, you'll start to see the same people over and over and over again. And then that's how you can start to build that relationship, because then they're like, who is this guy? Like, why does he keep coming here? And you don't even have to promote your music. You can just say, I make music. Like, and most likely they might not ask in the beginning. But the more people like you, the more curious they are on like what you're doing with your life. Like, people are nosy. So if you're out, man, and you're building relationships and you're like a cool guy, like everybody likes you, or not everybody, but a lot of people like you, or the people that matter like you, then it's like they're gonna look you up. They're gonna be like, who the hell is so and so? What have they done? What are they doing? Like, I want to know more about this person. Like, you've piqued their interest. And be patient, man. Think like an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, they solve problems. That's it. That's all we do is solve problems. So if we don't know how to do something, we Google it, we figure it out, we watch YouTube videos, or we ask people that have done it already. So I'm Darius from ArtistShortcut.com. And if you have any questions or anything, leave a comment below. Please thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you like more top level videos. Just conversation. Like, I'm not teaching you really how to do anything. I'm just trying to give you like a direction and a lane to go in. So let me know if you like this, if you would prefer more videos like this, or if you just want me to go like strictly like show me how to do shit. And yeah, I appreciate it.